been a while, but then again, it's always just like riding a bike. Welcome everyone to the morning show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. No excuses. We just keep showing up with free picks and whatever else we feel like talking about. Chris, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while.
It's going well. Going well. Yeah, and it's absence makes the heart grow fonder. I missed you, but you know what? It's good to have you back.
I haven't seen any comments saying that, but that's okay. My favorite comment was, if Mitch was here, it would have been a 3-hour show.
Yeah.
Jay, how's it going? NBA back in action today, so it's like not just me back; it's the NBA back. You know.
Yes, sir, man. Good to have you back. Show's not quite the same without you. And good to have the NBA back, man. Life's just not the same without the NBA either. So good to have both of you guys back. Of course, it was fun. Me, Roof, Costi, me, Roof, Romanelli. But good to have you back.
Yeah, it's I didn't get a chance to see a lot of the shows or anything like that. I was at a conference, and sometimes that happens. And I was hoping to be on the show yesterday. I think it was, or 2 days ago, one of those 2 days. I think it was Tuesday, and I just ended up on, like, I thought I had two conference calls scheduled, two calls, but I ended up having five. I had no idea, man, that I had that kind of schedule on top of going to the conference. I had a I had a funny thing happen to me at the conference that I think a lot of you guys would appreciate. So when you go to these conferences, a lot of it is like, social part as well as, learning and other things that are going on there, the networking. And then there's also a social piece where, you meet up with a group of people and you get like a bunch of people like that know each other and kind of loosely know each other, and you all go out to dinner, and you do this, every single night, and lunch, and everything like that. So my friend Ann put together this dinner at this, taco place in San Diego. So we're all, I get there a little bit late because I double booked. I actually had gone to another dinner before that. And I go there and they're like, well, we have two tables. There's a seat here. You could sit with us, or you could sit at the other table back there. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to sit at the other table so I can meet more people, and I'll see you guys at the party later on, or I'll hook up with you guys. We'll go to the party. So I sit down at the table and I'm hanging out. I'm having a good time, ordering food and, eating tacos and thinking. And I finally say to these people, how do you like the conference so far? And they're like saying, what do you mean? The conference doesn't start until tomorrow. I said, no, it started Sunday. They're like, what conference are you at? I said, I'm at the social media, They're saying, oh, we're Southwest Airlines. I was like, what the hell, man? I'm hanging out with these people. And they invited me to their party that they were having, with their thing and everything. It was great. Really nice people I met. And, yeah. And then they pointed, they said, oh, I think that's that table over there. And I was like, all right, whatever, I'm just going to finish here. And they're like, yeah, stay here with us.
That's not networking. I don't know what is.
Yeah, it's like, it was funny, man. It's like so weird. And then I went to go meet Brandon, who you guys know. I went to go meet him for dinner at a place called Miguel's Cochina. Turns out there's more than one Miguel's Cochina in San Diego. I get in the Uber. Cost me $48 to get to this place. So you can only imagine how far it was. And then I get there. I look around the restaurant, and I can't find him and the other person we're having dinner with. And I look around and I ask the person at the front desk, is there more than one Miguel's Cochina? Then I can't get an Uber back because it's like I'm in the middle of nowhere. And so I end up having to get one of those big stretch limo Ubers. So I paid $128 and I was 45 minutes late for dinner. It's like, this is how life goes,
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, right? It's just like, oh, man. It's not the worst thing that could ever happen, but it's just like, oh.
All rains and pours.
Yeah, all over the place. Yeah, I have not had a good last 2 days of picks. I was on a pretty good heater, but then the last 2 days have not been very good. But I like today's college basketball a lot. The NBA, I'm still kind of digging through. There's a lot of factors, right, Jay, when you're looking at the NBA now, as opposed to where we left off. Because where we left off, we kind of knew where everybody was, right? We knew the injuries, we knew the impact of the injuries, the Embiid injury. And normally when an injury happens, it kind of, no one prepares that someone's going to get injured. And they kind of have to make shift for a couple games until they kind of figure out the system. We saw that with the Sixers kind of starting to put it together after the Embiid injury. But then you start to see other guys, who maybe were just out a shorter period of time. They're all going to be coming back tonight. There are teams that needed that rest, needed that time back. And, there's some teams here that, have cashed it in and have, there's two different routes that they're going here. One is the evaluation of talent route, where teams are just looking at players and who's going to be part of the future with this team. You have players who are auditioning for jobs either on this team or on other teams. And then you have other teams that are competing for a playoff spot. And it's like the NBA All-Star break is not in the middle of the season. It's in the middle of the season if you count the championship. So there's 20-something games left only in the regular season, right? 30? Chris, you're a mathematician here, which is, I know, a sad state of affairs. But
yeah, about 25.
Yeah, so it's like
25 to 30, depending on the team.
So we're more than 60% through the season. In an 82-game schedule, we're more than 60 through. So,
yeah, jam session coming here in a second, fellas. But I was saying that throughout the entire time throughout the jam session today, and you're going to kind of hear it when we go to start to break down the games. This is what I'm doing today. I'm looking at teams for who I know they are, and not necessarily what they were heading into the All-Star break. That's going to be my approach. We'll see if it's the right approach. You know what I'm saying? But I think we know who some of these teams are, and some of these teams might have been hot heading into the break, and they might not necessarily stay that hot. Some teams might not have been playing their best basketball heading into the break, but we know exactly who they are, and they're going to be a different team coming out of it. So, there's all of that, trying to figure out exactly what teams are and what teams are not at this point.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was getting with it. And I mean, we'll go through all the games, but you got the Warriors and Lakers both competing, for playoff spots, and guys that have kind of been there, done that. Now, a lot of those were the guys that really needed the week off, that were on those teams. And, what's going to come out of it, because the Warriors were so hot, going into the break. Did it cool them down? Because, earlier this season when they had, when they kind of came in cold, they weren't so good. So we'll have to see how it all pans out. But, man, it's going to be an exciting time in the NBA. It's a great time in college hoops, and it's a great time in the NBA. It's really, for hoops, this is the time of year. For hockey too, Chris, or it's kind of like still always boring?
No, it's always exciting. It's especially now we're going to start heading into, like you said, the stretch run. Got about 30. Yeah, sort of the same thing. About 25, 30 games left per team. So,
all right, I'm going to say something here, Chris, and don't shoot the messenger, but I think most people agree with this, that as boring and crappy as the the NHL regular season is, the NHL playoffs are some of the most exciting things in all of sports. It's some of the best, most exciting. If there's not two products that are more different than NHL playoff hockey and regular season hockey, I think it's the most different in any sport there is. It's almost like when you go to a fight and they have a co-main event. It's like the fight that's even before the main event, even though it's a co-main event, it's not nearly what the main event is. And you get to the main event, it's like, oh my, electricity, M&M's there, everyone's coming out, right? It's like, it's a whole different story. But, in the NHL, it's like, I don't know, man, everyone just kind of sleepwalks through the season, and then they get to the playoffs, and all of a sudden these goalies start standing on their head, right? It's like...
Well, I mean, it's each their own. I'm obviously still a fan of the NHL regular season, but like you said, playoff hockey is a different animal. completely. It definitely draws a lot more viewership than just any random regular season game would. But like I said, you can have games that go to like triple overtime. It just the games feel different, and yeah, it's something. It's always something I look forward to every year.
Oddly enough, like when I look at my friends, like Facebook pages that are Canadian and they're going to a game or something. I mean, it's like they're going to the Super Bowl on a regular season game. The Canadian ones, man, they're like excited. They got their faces all painted. They got jerseys, costumes, all kinds of stuff going on. For like a Vancouver or a team like that. Crazy. Anyways, speaking of the NBA, let's get into it, man. Let's just let her rip. We got a lot of games. Cavs and the Nets. I know you're a big Nets fan, Chris, but do you think they have what it takes to knock off the Cavs?
Cavs and Magic?
Oh, Cavs and Magic. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Hey, it's back in action for me too.
Yeah, I was gonna say a little bit rusty. It's all good.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a shot on the Magic and the points. I mean, this is still a Magic team that's been money for us against the number this season. It's not to say the Cavs can't win. But even with the hot streak they were on, they're still 13-14 against the number at home, 5-5 against the number in their last 10. Magic have been an ATM all year long, so give me the Magic at the points.
Jay?
I'm rolling with the Orlando Magic. I'm rolling with the Magic here in this one as well. Cleveland, red hot heading into the All-Star break. But I think the break might have been a little bump in the road. Like the break might have been the wrong thing for the Cleveland Cavs. Like Chris said, man, the Magic, they are the best ATS team in basketball. There's no team better in the league that's been better for your pocketbook than the Magic. And as far as I'm concerned, I think the Magic have a legitimate shot to win this game outright. I see this as a defensive style game, two defensive style teams, a lower scoring game. And in that lower scoring game, again, if the Magic play their best brand of basketball, they can beat Cleveland. So getting this many points in my back pocket, sign me up in a lower scoring defensive style game.
I'm going to take the opposite side, of course, of both you guys. I'm going to go with Cleveland in this one. I just think they are the better team, and I think we're at that time of year where the better teams are going to surge to the pack. I do see a lot of action here on the Magic in this game, though. I see a lot of people coming in on the Wayne Scotts, but I think that I just think the Cavs are a better team from top to bottom. And I think one of the things that we saw from the Cavs, and Jay's right, they were hottest before the break, but they also got hot before then. And the thing is that they got hot before they got healthy, and now they're healthy. So it's like to see them with Mitchell, Allen, Garland, Mobley, all out on the court together. We just haven't seen it a ton with Strus, So it's like, at least not in the past few months. So to get a chance to see that, I think the Magic have a good roster. I just think man for man, the Cavs are, at least the starting five, is way better. And I think they're going to get the best of it. I think also that, what was I going to say? Also, we have to factor in that, no Tristan Thompson in this one, too. But I think they'll make it. Had to get it in. Just like the serious lead in there, Chris, on it. Did you notice that? I told you I was going to try and act more professional.
Yeah, you did. I mean, I should have seen it coming.
Yeah, it was the straight-faced lead-in on the Tristan Thompson that time. What are we gonna do once that bid is over? Oh, we could do Tristan Thompson is back in the lineup. You think they'll waive him like as soon as he comes back?
Maybe.
I don't know. It's actually a good question.
Yeah, because he's gonna bust up the chemistry.
That'll do it.
He will. 14. Oh, it's we got the Pacers against the Pistons. Pacers big favorite in this one, Jay. We know that they don't love playing defense, but you don't have to worry about too much of that against the Pistons. What do you got going on in this one?
The Pistons, man. If you were betting the Pistons right before the All-Star break, like the month or two heading into the All-Star break, betting the Pistons, boy, you was making some cash. made a pretty penny. But this is one of those games I was kind of hinting at in the intro where I said I'm not necessarily looking at teams for who they are heading into the break. Instead, I'm going to take a step back and look at the teams for who they are just in the totality of things. And when I do that, I definitely understand why the Pacers are double-digit favorites here. Halliburton now out of the minutes restriction limit that he was on. I think the Pacers run a bad team out of the gym, a team they're just head and shoulders better than out of the gym. The Pistons are still going to be able to make money on them in certain spots. I just don't see tonight being one of those spots. I think this is a double-digit 15-plus point win for the Pacers. That's how I see this one tonight.
I'm on a bad Wi-Fi. I'm not sure if we should carry on or if we should switch out and start over. It's always a tough one. I think we'll see if anyone says anything in the comments. If it gets bad, we'll switch. I'm on the Pacers as well. I think I look at it sort of like it's not exactly what Jay just said, even though I'm looking at the team that they are instead of the team that they were. But the thing is that I'm looking a little further back, and I think when you look at, it's almost like a restart. So if you look at the start to the season, the Pistons were a straight ass, and the Pacers went to the finals of the in-season tournament, which happened at about the 15-game mark is when that tournament was, Is that where it was? Chris?
Yeah, about that.
Right? 15 to 20 games, and it was definitely a while ago.
I don't know if it was that early, but yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
But anyways, doesn't matter. I'm on the Halliburtons. Chris?
I'm on the over here. I still have concerns about the Pacers defense. There's no question they're going to score 125, 130 points in this game. We've seen the over hit for each of the first two meetings. It's just a matter if the Pistons can contribute enough to get to the over here, and I think they can. So give me the over, Pistons Pacers.
Next up, we got the Sixers and the Knicks. Both these teams banged up. Are the Knicks compounding of injuries worse than Embiid being out? Is it more damaging to the Knicks than having Embiid out for the Sixers? I think it is. I think having two of your top guys out is more than having Embiid out. So plus the Sixers are home in this one. I'm gonna roll with the Sixers. Chris?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Sixers as well. Yeah, like you said, it's lesser of two evils, and I think definitely the Sixers are on the better end of it. I think the Knicks, once they get healthy, will be a team that we have to keep an eye out for. But right now, I think it's Sixers or pass for me here.
Jake?
Tough game. I think this is probably the toughest game on the board. I could make a clear and concise argument going both ways. I'm going to agree with both of these two guys, though, and take the Sixers. And I agree with something Roof just said there. I think the Knicks, when they get healthy, when Randall and Anunoby come back, I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks were in the Eastern Conference Finals. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they were there at that point. But I don't think they're there right now. They are healthier now than they were heading into the break. Hardenstein, DiVincenzo, and Brunson all look like they're going to play. But the Sixers at home are tough, bro. They're tough. There's a reason the Sixers are favored still in this game at home. Harris looks like he's healthy. Batum, Maxey. Tough game. It's a really tough one. I'm going to lean on the home team in this one. Now, I think the Sixers pull this one out in the end.
We got the Raptors and the Nets. It's close to the Cavaliers versus Magic. Similar teams. Raptors versus the Nets. The Nets, they started the season really hot. So can they regain that now after a restart? And the Raptors, who the hell knows what's going on? They packed it in. So you got a lot of guys auditioning for next year type team. Chris?
Yeah, and that's why I'm taking the Brooklyn Nets. Like you said, just feels like the Raptors are building up the core and focusing on next season. The Brooklyn Nets, they're not far off, but it's hard for me to lay points with the Toronto team. It's 0-11 against the division this season. I just think the Brooklyn Nets, right, and the Brooklyn Nets have owned this matchup going back to last season. So give me the Brooklyn Nets and the points.
And to add on to what Chris has said, don't forget, like Mr. Jones just said in the chat, the new coach angle. Nets just fired their coach, Jack Vaughn, over the All-Star break. This team had started to seem uninterested under coach. Like Mitch said, the Nets were hot to start the season. Hot. Since then, hasn't been pretty. When I look at these two teams, player for player, roster for roster, man for man, I think the Nets have the more talent. I think the Nets will actually be motivated in this spot to play well. I think morale's probably at a high after Vaughn's out of there. I see the path here for the Nets. I'm going to take Brooklyn in this one as well. Raptors. Mitch, you've been gone a minute, man. We hadn't seen it in a minute. Can I see the list?
Look at this. So we put the list in plastic. This is what happens when you're away and your wife organizes the office for you. She puts it in the plastic so it doesn't get damaged by coffee, water, or other substances that may appear or not appear on the desk. All we need now is a highlighter.
All right. There you go. Toronto Raptors.
we can put it in a loose leaf binder and break it up. Be like, nah. Oh man.
No, that's hilarious right there.
Yeah, I came home. She's got the do not bet list in the plastic. Funny, right?
That's hilarious, man.
I'm on the Nets with you guys as well, man. I'm not going for the Raptors. It's their farewell campaign before they head on off to Seattle, as far as I'm concerned. Got the Mavericks up against the Suns. The Mavericks favored in this one, 7-3 in their last 10. And they were hot before the break. And the Suns also 7-3 in their last 10. Jay?
Yeah, Mavs 7-3 last 10, 6-0 last 6. I was at the last game these two teams played on the 24th of January. I was right behind the basket. Mavs had an 11-point lead early in that basketball game, and then, well, Devin Booker, he got busy. He had 46 points in that basketball game. Suns end up blowing out the Mavs 132-109. Hey, first, the Mavs own the Suns. That was the Suns' first win in this series in quite some time. Like, we all know what the Mavs be doing to the Suns, bro. We all remember what happened in the playoff series in Phoenix. Was that game 6? Yeah. The worst playoff closeout victory in NBA history. It's something mental. The Mavs just own the Phoenix Suns. Luka Doncic is Devin Booker's father. Bounce back revenge game at the crib for the Dallas Mavericks. And B, the Mavs are a different team than they were the last time they played this Phoenix Suns team. I love the addition of Gafford and PJ Washington, bro. If you didn't watch the Mavs in those last 6 games, then you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But the Mavs just look like a different team. I think they have a top 2 player on the planet. They have arguably the best sidekick on the planet. Remember, the Mavs haven't been healthy either this season. Luka, Lively, and Irving have probably played the least amount of minutes out of like the most significant amount of players out of any team in the NBA. So the question for the Mavs is down the stretch is going to be health. And when healthy, hey, they've been playing extremely well. I think they beat the Suns here tonight. Suns are terrible against the number this season. Mavs, okay, 29-26. Everything I look at here tells me Mavs. I think they win it comfortably. Line seems to be going the other way. I could care less. I'm taking my favorite team, money line, or lay the points at home at the crib.
I'm with the Mavs as well. I think, a lot of the injuries and stuff that they had before the break, and they were able to play through them. They're only going to be better than they were. Beal still nursing the hamstring. This is really, it's like me nursing being short, It's like, I don't think he's ever going to get past this thing. It's like... No idea. I don't get it. Also, shout out to Costi for filling in for me. I appreciate it. And if he's watching or not watching, I don't care. But we appreciate you filling in, and definitely glad to have you as part of the team. And we'll see you tomorrow, of course, on the show. But Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Mavericks as well. Yeah, I just like Jay said, the Mavs own the Suns. I'm probably looking at player props for this game too, like Luka and Devin Booker each to have 35 plus, or Luka and Booker to have 40 plus. I think it's going to be these two guys just going to go at each other. But in the end, I think the Mavs get the job done. So give me the Mavs.
All right, we got next up. Got the Celtics and the Bulls. Bulls 8-point dogs in this one. Celtics. Go ahead.
Sorry, I see that now, guys. I'll repost a second. I recorded like 2 of them this morning. The first one was with no audio, and I guess that was the one that got uploaded. So give me like 20 minutes, and the other one will be up. I guess I posted the one with no audio. It's been that type of morning.
It's been the off season for Jay, also a little off week, and we all were like this, I was traveling, I was struggling, and it's like, same thing. It's like I'm not back in sync anywhere close to it with just an NBA restart. But in a couple of days, the next 2 days, the NBA card is just absolutely loaded. They don't even give us a break until Saturday.
So it'll be up in a second, fellas. Be patient.
The Bulls I think they started the season 3 games under 500, outright. And, the Celtics 43-12, just a team full of excuses, like built-in excuses. They just have like a list. Like we have the do not bet list. The Celtics have the excuse list, like anytime anything goes wrong and they don't cover, which is a lot when they play on the road. Taking the 8 points with the Bulls. Getting 8 against the Celtics on the road is like getting 18 with anybody else. I'll take the Bulls here. Easy money. Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bulls as well. It's that simple. The Celtics just not covering on the road. Really not. They do their best work at home. And the Bulls, I think they can at least keep this one respectable, keep it within the number. So give me the Chicago Bulls plus the points.
I was waiting for you to throw in, and Tatum sucks.
That I leave that for you.
Mitch, did you see the interview over the? I'm gonna send it to you. That your boy.
Are you talking
did
about the one with Malika Andrews
over the All-Star break?
No, I didn't see anything.
I'm gonna get your thoughts on that. Tatum.
I saw Halliburton on something.
Said it.
What did he say?
He says, "I'm the best player in the NBA."
Tatum said that?
Yeah.
Oh man, I got to get that. We got to do we got to get him saying that, and then showing him clips of him against all these other teams in the big games and his stat line, and make a TikTok out of it. I bet you it gets 100 million views.
I can see you doing it. Doing it.
I'm on it.
Yep. Hey, I'm not rushing to the window to bet this game. What these guys said is
Tatum
true.
number 1 now. It's official. It's like, yeah, official number 1, overrated, underachieving sack of crap. How about that? Oh, straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah, that's like when Wemby snubbed Luka. That really worked out well for him.
Donovan Mitchell present at shoot around. So that's good news for you Cleveland folk.
Yeah, he was eating a couple donuts with a large coffee on the sideline. He's present. But
I'm leaning towards Boston in this game. I am. They have been going through the motions. ATS wise, heading into the break, there was no real motivation for them to air out bad teams. And I guess the same thing could be said here. But the Celtics own the Bulls. When you just look at recent meetings, the Celtics always kick the crap out of the Bulls. I believe the Celtics are the best team in the league. I don't think Tatum's the best player in the NBA, but I think his team is the best team in the league. I think this is just a flex your muscle style spot. I think the Celtics win by double digits. Would I be surprised if they won by like 7, though? No, I wouldn't. That's what they've been doing here recently, but I think they should win it by double digits, so I lean Boston, land the points in this one.
it's like saying an NBA player was present for a shoot around is like saying Jay and I were present at Spago for lunch. It's like, yes, Jay was present at Spago for lunch. He had the cheeseburger with the fries. Mitch had the pizza along with the salad. It's like he's present. Means that it generally means that they are going to play, except if it's Bradley Beal. It's just there to be one of the guys. We are waiting for the jam session, Jay. I think you should do the jam session premium, man, is the way you should do it. Is that you do the jam session, it comes out at like 9 o'clock in the morning. People can pay for that version, and then you release it for free for everybody else after the live show. So like 3 hours early. You get it. This way, everyone knows when they're getting it. What do you think of that idea, Jay?
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
I just uploaded the wrong one, so
I know that. I know that, but instead of getting like all these people like wondering when it's going to come out and all this other stuff, that it's like that the paid version of the jam session, which will be the same video, just released earlier, and then you have it for like $10 a month or something ridiculous, and they get the early release, and then everybody else, they know that it's released after the show. I love it. And that way, Jay can make more money so he can get another new pair of Cartier sunglasses when I win his off of him in some side bet. A fully emotionally fueled side bet.
Sounds like
put one of my rollies up against your Cartiers. It's only a matter of time. It's not if, it's when. Let's see.
All right, fellas. It'll be up in like 5 minutes.
What do you guys think about that? Nope, won't work. Okay. Yeah, or you just post it every day later. How's that? Just create your own YouTube channel, Jay. That will solve everything. I would love to hear from this guy right here, Mr. Business Advisor for Jay's personal agent. How does that help him? How does it help him if he does that? I'd love to hear the thought process here, because I hear this all the time. Ron should start his own channel, Jay should start his own channel, whatever. But it's like, the reality of it is that Jay's talented, Ron's talented, everybody else has their own audience and has talent, but it's like a lot of our success is based on each other. It's like we're all working together for this thing. You found Jay because of the work that everybody else did, and you found us because of the work that Jay did, and it's like that's the way it works, man. There's no benefit at all. Zero. Zip. Unless I'm missing something completely, and I think I know a few things about this stuff. I would just love to hear it, man. He wanting to know when this got brought up. What got brought up?
I can't believe I did that. I'm kind of mad at myself when I did that, but I uploaded the wrong one. I just uploaded the wrong one. For a second, I thought I downloaded the wrong one. It's two different things.
Now
Y'all
this
don't
guy,
know.
we could also look up this name or whatever. You'll see 0 buys of Jay's picks, 0 money supporting him. Right? Same people that are telling you to get this up at a specific time and do this stuff. And now I'm the bad guy for calling him out, and that's fine. I'll take that role on. To have my guys' backs any day of the week, man. You guys can bash me all day. But it's like, you know, because I'm the bad guy by saying, you know, by looking out for him, you know? It's like, I don't know. But these same, you know, the same people that don't support you are the same ones that say that.
Nah, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you know, it's like I see all the names of the people that buy Jay's picks, and it's never the people that say, "Oh, he should start his own channel. He should do this." You're egging yourself into talk. Nonsense. That's what we do. Have you not been here before? Have you not? I mean, have you ever seen one of these shows that I've ever been on that we haven't got wound up in a side topic, or that someone hasn't told me not to confront the trolls or anything like that? Have you ever seen? Have we ever had one? It's like, Chris, what do you think? I'll drag you into the mud with me.
Like you said, if you take one of us away, it diminishes the team where we all feed off each other.
You're looking out for him by telling him not to become his own man. That's how it sounds. Okay. If you think him becoming his own man means him making a lot less money, well then that's, you know, then so be it. Yes, I am.
They don't. I don't like arguing with people that don't even understand what be going on.
Right?
So,
They don't understand. I think they act like you work for free. Like you don't get paid or something.
I love my team, man. I need my team, man. I need them.
Yeah, it's like I need my team too. But the whole thing is that I think Jay is the highest paid handicapper on any website out there. And I don't even think it's close. But you guys wouldn't even know that. Go ask the guys on some of these other channels. Ask them what they make. I'll guarantee you could put 10 of them together, and they don't get what our guys get. And that's just facts. Go over to like the other ones that we've guessed on. Ask those other guys what they make. I think it's 0. Close to it. Jay's wearing Cartier and shit. I ain't wearing that fucking crap. Chris has got himself one of those Louis Vuitton sweatsuits.
I wish.
All crushed velvet.
I wish.
It's like all the Louis logo, the whole thing. It looks like
pajamas. I would wear one.
It's a onesie. It looks like pajamas.
Yeah, I would wear it.
We gotta get that for Ruffolo. I just wish I understood the comment. I think like you say, I'm preventing him from being his own man, but to me, it comes across like that we don't take care of him. You know, that we don't take care of Jay, and Jay doesn't we don't there's no benefit of working with everybody here. I don't know. Whatever. It's an odd thing, right? I just wanted to dispel the myth.
Nah. You know.
If it was in Jay's best interest to go, he would go. You know, we'd support him. If it was in anybody's best interest, I don't hold anybody back. Whatever.
Right where I'm supposed to be.
I think so, man. I'm glad to have you. I hope you know it. You know, it's like, hope you feel like it.
I do.
Fire his ass. Whatever, man. It's just a weird comment that I see all the time. So I would love to. There's no drama. It's such a weird comment that I see often. I just wonder what it even means. You know, what do you mean by it? that you don't have to hear me. I don't know. It's just fine, man. Just edit me out. I don't give a shit. Speaking of sports, we got the Pelicans taking on the Rockets. Is that a rocket in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
I don't know. This game makes me nervous too. This game makes me nervous. The reason it makes me nervous, okay, I want to just follow what we've been doing all season and just blindly just fading the Rockets on the road. Like, that's right. It's really that simple. They're just trash on the road. Fade them. You're gonna make a pretty penny. And the Pelicans be hooping at home. Pelicans good against the number. Pelicans are the better team. The thing that makes me nervous tonight, though, is the Rockets are getting their veteran back tonight, a guy who is a tryhard in Fred VanVleet. He's been out a significant amount of time. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Rockets lost this game by like 6 points and covered the point spread, like something like really close like that. Is Fred VanVleet enough for me to take the Rockets, though? I don't think so. I don't think he's enough. So with that being said, I'm just going to trust the homework, trust the numbers, trust everything, because everything I look at tells me Pelicans. Tells me the Pelicans should kick the crap out of the Rockets. I'm just going to trust that, and I'm going to trust my pocketbook that has been built up. A lot of fading the Rockets on the road. I'm fading the Rockets on the road. I lean towards the Pelicans laying the points in this one.
I'm going with the Rockets. I'm just going with the straight betting tools angle on this one. Just not a favorable spot here for the Pelicans, so just going to take the points with the Rockets. I think the Rockets are a team that really benefit from the break, too. They came out, played really, really well the first half of the season, kind of got tired out the closer we got to the break. The Rockets, the Nets, a lot of teams like that, and I think maybe a little bit of pep in their step that they at least cover in this one. Chris?
Sexy pick alert. I'm going with the under.
We should have sexy pick. I'm gonna get some new music programmed in here. We'll have the sexy pick music, like the stripper,
like it's like a saxophone or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the under here because I think whichever way this game goes, it's lending itself to a lower scoring game. Either the Rockets offense struggles again and the Pelicans do enough and win this one like 110, 101 or something like that, or the way that Houston keeps themselves in this one is with defense and dragging the Pelicans down into the mud with them. So give me the under.
Got the Thunder Buddies taking on the Clippers, and I think there's only one way to go in this game. I mean, this is about as easy as it gets. Thunder Buddies for life. I saw the Clippers were like didn't we talk? Was it on this show we talked about that the Clippers were the second choice to go to the finals representing the West? I was on Tony's show. It was with Tony on the drive-thru last night. That the Clippers were the second choice in the West, a betting second choice to go to the NBA Finals behind the Chicken Nuggets. It's like, no way, I've been on the Clippers a ton, but I have to join Jay on this one. No way. No chance. No Clippers. Chris?
I see the path, but I think the Thunder are ahead of them. And I think the Thunder get the job done here. I'm taking OKC. They play their best basketball at home. I might just take them on the money line. Forget about the 2 points. Pay a little bit of juice. 21-6 at home. We've seen the Clippers fall short in some of these step-up spots on the road, even though the losses have been few and far between for the Clippers for the better part of the last couple months. I think this is a showcase spot for the Thunder. I think they get it done. So give me OKC.
Jay's not using the pocketbook, are you? Using the Murph?
No.
The Costi? All my friends use them. All right, man. And now we'll point out to Vegas and I'm like all the people that are together, like who are the friends group. That's the thing about our group. We're all kind of different.
Y'all know me, man. Yeah. Y'all know me, man. This one's easy. Like Mitch said, Thunder Buddies for life. Let's just I could break it down in several different aspects on why I like the Thunder. Roof gave one of them 21-6 at home this season. These boys be balling. 18-9 against the number at home. Hey, they be covering the point spread too. Younger team with a chip on their shoulder. If you go back and look at it in the big games, the Thunder, that's where they hoop. Bro, they always show up for the big games. You got the Clippers coming off of an extended rest period. What was James Harden doing during the All-Star break? Y'all answer that question in the comment section. We all know where he was at. Older team for the Clippers, man. Is it going to be just easy for them to get their legs back up going? I think this is a bad spot for them on the road, man. I do. I think the Thunder are the better team. Short, sweet, simple. Yes, the Clippers have probably the more top-end talent and the more household names. Harden, Kawhi, Westbrook, Paul George. But team, my collective team, I think the Thunder Buddies play way better together, the cohesiveness. I think they get this one done at the crib tonight, man. Thunder Buddies for life. I'm laying the points.
Love the Thunder. Got the Nuggets against the Wiz Chicken Nuggets. Of course, this is where they set it down last year, set the tone and took it all the way home. And the Wizards looking to hit that double-digit win mark, get themselves right at that top 3 lottery situation. Nothing pretty about that. This is the top versus the bottom.
Ruffolo.
It's all you, Chris.
You love you some Wizards.
And I'm on them here.
I had a feeling you was on them today. I did.
Look, I see it's 18. I just see 18-8-2 against the number on the road because of spots like this. It's an inflated number. As good as the Nuggets are at home, I think it could be a bit of a sleepy spot for them, at least a slow start. You have the extended rest. The first thing you have to do is come out and play the lowly Wizards in your first game post All-Star break. I know they play well at home, but this is a Nuggets team that, they have a great win-loss record at home, but the against the spread number isn't great. And we've seen the Nuggets fall flat as big favorites against the Portland Trailblazers at home just before the break. Like I said, I think the Nuggets probably win this game by double digits, but I think 15.5 is too many. I think they win this one by 12 or 13. So give me the Wizards and the points.
Do I see the path, Ruffolo? I see the path. I do. Like you said, great ATS numbers for the Washington. Denver, terrible ATS numbers when you look at in the totality of things. They haven't been a money-making team this season. They've been terrible. But kind of like I said at the top, man, there's a couple games today where I'm not looking at the teams for what they are or what they were doing ATS necessarily heading into the break. Instead, I'm going to look at these teams for who they are. And when I do that, the Nuggets are the defending champs and the Wizards are 28 of 30, if not 29 of 30 in teams in the NBA. So when I do that, I understand how this line is 15.5. I think the Nuggets take the Wizards behind the woodshed. I think this is a 40-plus point win for the Nuggets, in all honesty. I know the numbers don't say it, and I know they don't suggest it, but I think they kicked the crap out of the Wizards tonight. I just think that's just how I see it. Like, there's going to be certain spots where great teams just beat up on bad teams. Wizards are terrible. They're terrible. Morale seems to be at a low as well. Would I be surprised if the Wizards fought and competed? No. But then again, would I be surprised if the Nuggets beat them by 40 like they're supposed to? No. So I'm just going to take the Nuggets and pray they do what they're supposed to do and air them out.
I think this one is one of the tougher ones on the board. I can't go with the sexy pick. It's just not what I do. But I'm going to go with the Wiz, just taking the points just for the sake of having them in my back pocket. I just think that the Thunder probably win. They probably win by 13 or something, or 14. This is just one of those freaking Vegas games. Vegas. Fixing it. Fixed. It's Vegas. Jazz against the Hornets. This is an automatic for us. I like the Jazz at home. The Hornets are a bad team. Not quite as bad record-wise as the Wizards. Really 3-7 in their last 10 coming in. 8-17 against the number on the road, up against the Jazz, who are 18-9 against the number at home. Also, you have to remember that some of those non-covers by the Jazz were kind of right at that end before the break. Up to that point, man, they were unbeatable at home. Early in the season, they were not that good, but it wasn't because they got off to a slow start or like anything like that. It was more that they had a lot of injuries. They were way injured. And then once they got healthy, they were, crazy at home. And then right before the break, they looked a little bit worn out. And I think, who'd they lose to? The Lakers or something? Let me look.
And the Warriors.
Yeah, Lakers and the Warriors. I forgive you. I'm back on the Jazz at home. Chris, they're forgiven.
I'm on the Jazz as well.
Do you forgive them?
I do. I think I do. The Hornets, 16 of their last 19 losses on the road have been by double digits. And I just think the Jazz, they've had defensive issues, and they stumbled a bit going into the break, but the Jazz still play their best basketball at home. They're still one of the best cover teams at home in the NBA. I think they're 7-3 against the number as a home favorite this season. I got to go with the Jazz.
Jazz for me as well. Yes, the Hornets won 3 straight heading into the break. Yes, the Jazz lost 4 straight heading into the break. Again, I'm not necessarily looking at that. That is probably like the most sneakiest spot in the season. That little like month or two heading into the All-Star break. It's probably the most meaningless spot in the entire NBA season. Coming out of that, there's a reason why the Jazz on a 4-game losing streak are still 9.5-point home favorites over the Hornets, who have won 3 straight games. I'm well aware the Hornets haven't played much better since the trade. Since they acquired Grant Williams from my Mavs, they've turned it up and been hooping as well. Not tonight. It's probably going to be a game where it's going to be the Jazz are going to be up like 4-5 for most of the game, and then late fourth quarter, you blink and they're up like 15-16. Like I think the Jazz kicked out of the Hornets in this one. I'm going to lay the point.
I think it goes exactly like that. And then it's like, it looks like it's nip and tuck, and the Hornets might even have the lead at like some kind of weird spot, even like, at some point, in a spot where you wouldn't expect it. And then you look up and it's 129-108. It's like, right? It's like, to me, it just looks like one of those games, It's like we've seen it a million times, and it's the Jazz that do it, and the Thunder, the other team that freaking does that too. Same thing. All right, got the big one. It's the Warriors and the Lakers, the rematch of the rivalry week, but it's also 2 teams that were playing their best basketball coming into the break once again. So, Chris, you got LeBron, you got Steph, my 2 guys, my 2 favorite players, 2 best in the NBA, going at it.
Yeah, this one for me is a little bit tough. But I think no LeBron. I know we've said before that usually it's Anthony Davis that's key to this team's success, but the Golden State Warriors, pretty much healthy. The Lakers are banged up. I think the Golden State Warriors get the job done at home. They're starting to play their better basketball at home again, and I think Golden State gets it done. So give me the Warriors laying the 5.5.
Did you catch Curb Your Enthusiasm this week? You watched that show?
I don't.
Oh man, it's hilarious.
I should start. I was binging. I've been binging Suits over the last month, so maybe Curb Your Enthusiasm will be next for me.
Curb's the best. So funny. Leon's balls are hanging out of his shorts. That's funny. Your nuts were hanging out. That's how you laugh. Jay.
I'm gonna lean towards the Lakers in this one. I don't trust the Warriors at home. And it's crazy because last year, bro, I just was blindly betting them boys at home. TNT game, I know my glorious king, LeBron James, won't play tonight. But I think for this matchup, like Ruth said, the key in this matchup is Anthony Davis. I think he causes the problems mainly for the Warriors. I just think this game is going to come down to the wire. I think the Lakers have a legitimate shot to win it, even without LeBron. I want the points in my back pocket. Can the Warriors get hot from the 3-point line and win and cover here? Yes, they can. But let's say they, similar to last game, where they don't get to the free throw line, they're forced to take a lot of jumpers, and maybe them jumpers just not falling like they're supposed to. Warriors win, Lakers cover is what I'm looking at here. I want the points in my pocket.
Warriors for me. I just think they pull away, and I think they put them to sleep. I think we've seen it a million times. Go to the next one, and the final game on the card. It's Sacktown Kings versus the Wembies. Jay?
Probably my least favorite game of the night. I actually, for the first time all year, took a Ruffolo on the jam session on this game. I have no real way to go. Like, the Kings are double-digit favorite for a reason, but do I really want to like double digits with the Kings? And then the Spurs. What I did do, I leaned towards the under in this basketball game.
So he is sexy lean.
Yeah, sexy lean. Towards the under, man. I can see the pace of play being kind of slower here. I know the Kings like to push it, but they may not be able to get to the rim with the same success that they usually do. Lower scoring game is kind of what I'm banking on. I lean towards an under Sacramento, San Antonio.
I'm going for the Kings, not because I like them here as a double-digit favorite over anybody, but I just fade the Spurs every single time. Chris?
I think I'm leaning towards the Kings as well, as much as I have hated on the Sacramento Kings lately. The Spurs play no defense, and they've been getting crushed on the road. So give me the Kings laying the points.
All right. We got massive NBA card. We got a massive college hoops card. We got an NHL. Chris, what are you selling today?
I got a bunch of things on the board. Got an NHL 5-pack, got college hoops and NBA 3-packs. Got my college hoops play of the day as well. That's not included in the 3-pack. So best value for sure today is to get a long-term pass. Got a lot of plays on the board that I love.
Jake?
I got my NBA play of the day for sale, man. We've been hitting at like a 57% clip on that NBA play of the day for the season. So you guys can scoop that up. We've been hitting at a 53% clip for the entire season in the NBA. And with the volume that I provide, you can make a lot of money at 53% in the NBA, man. So I'm locked and loaded, man. The NBA is back. I have like 6 NBA plays total today. So you guys can hop on something long-term, get every one of those. I got a 3-pack in there for you guys as well. And I might have like 1 or 2 college hoops and maybe 1 NHL. We'll see here in a second. But locked and loaded with the NBA back. And you guys can join my All Access Club, if you think that's for you as well.
All right,
what you got today, Mitch?
I got a few college basketball packages. I got my top play. Then I have 2 3-packs. And then I have a bunch of NBA plays. I don't have them in a package, though, yet. So I got tons today. It's just a big-ass card, man. It's just one of those days where you get a massive card. And tomorrow's big, too. I mean, tomorrow's giant, too. But we'll go to college hoops. And it's one of those days where it's like I put my top play in and I like it, but then I started putting in all my other plays and it's like, oh man, I could have this as the top play too, right? It's like one of those days. So I still like my top play. I just like a lot of my plays. Chris, what did you think of the card as a top top view of it.
There were a few that I liked and a few that I got kind of priced out by the number. But yeah, I like today's card. These are the conferences that we love.
This has been where the season's been for me.
Yeah.
How about you, Jay? You liking today's card?
Not really, man. Not really. I might only have like one or two plays today. Thursdays have kind of been your guys' day, and then like Wednesday, Friday kind of been like my day in college hoops. Thursday with these smaller conferences, it's kind of tough for me because I'm not nearly as locked in on those teams as per se you guys are.
All right.
You guys know these small schools like the back of your hand.
We'll get into it. We'll get you there. It's one of those things. It just takes. We've been doing it for years and years and years and years and years. So it's like it's one of those things. College hoops is one of those things that you can't really fake it. It's like I see some of these other college hoop shows, and there's a couple shows out there. There's one that I really like that's really good. It's not like one of the main big shows either. It's one of these late night ones that I really, really like. But the rest of them, it's like you guys don't know anything. It's like I don't even know what you're talking about, man, on a lot of these ones. But anyways, let's get to it. We got Maine against UMBC, the Retrievers. Bellarmine versus Central Arkansas. Stony Brook versus NCAAB. UMass versus Binghamton. Chris, you look like you're already ready to get into a bit here. Albany versus Vermont. LIU versus Lemoyne. Wagner versus Central Connecticut State. Merrimack versus STFU. Detroit versus Wright State. Robert Morris, Bobby M. versus Oakland. Northern Kentucky versus Cleveland State. FAU versus SMU. That's the title special. It's like you get the short title special. William and Mary, both of them taking on Wilmington. Towson versus Monmouth. Campbell, the Camels versus Hampton. Northeastern versus the X's, formerly known as Twitter. Elon. Got Hofstra, the Pride versus Drexel. It's always Pride Week at Hofstra. Got Purdue versus Rutgers. Gardner-Webb versus Radford. Delaware versus Charleston. Old Dominion. New Dominion. App State. New Hampshire versus NJIT. Let's see how far this goes. Oh, we can go all the way. Stetson versus Queens College of Charlotte. Florida Gulf Coast versus Kennesaw State. Eastern Kentucky versus North Alabama. FIU Liberty. SHU Sacred Heart, also known as Shart, versus Fairleigh Dickinson. Fairly disinterested. Jay, what do you think? Or either one of you. Go ahead, Greg.
A lot of meat on the bone. It don't matter.
No, go ahead. We'll go reverse order.
All right.
We're gonna go the other direction. Yeah, shaking it up. Told you, man. I told everyone, man. We're gonna change things.
Let me get SMU, man. They're just red hot. They're red hot right now. FAU, that last loss to USF was a real head scratcher.
USF was on like a 11-game winning streak, man. It wasn't that much of a head scratcher.
It still a head scratcher to me. Went to overtime at Wichita State. They did beat them up in overtime, but I don't know. FAU, I'm starting to question them a little bit at the seams. And SMU, they just continue to impress me. Stomp down Memphis. Beat up on my Green Wave. Beat a good defensive team in North Texas. Beat UAB, who also just beat FAU. I think SMU has a legitimate chance to win this game outright today. So getting 6.5 in my back pocket, sign me up. They're just red hot right now. Give me Smoo. Yeah, of course, you guys know I want to fade Purdue, but I'm probably not going to. Give me Wright State against the Detroit Mercy. I know we caught the falling knife with the Mercy a couple games ago. They're still one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in all of college hoops. Wright State should go in there and air them out. I know last time they didn't. They only beat them by 7, and they were at home. This time they're gonna remember that. They're gonna go in there and bust them up, win by like 15 plus. I'll lay the points with Wright State. And see if there's anything else in this little slide. Not really. Them the two I like here, y'all.
Give me Oakland on the road against Robert Morris. Oakland winning on the road in conference play is really nothing new for this Golden Grizzlies team. They've been one of the better road teams in the horizon for a couple years now. And Robert Morris, Bobby Moe, I just can't get behind them in this spot. I think Oakland's just a far better team challenging for a conference title. So give me Oakland. Give me the new bit. Give me Franz and Moe Wagner against Central Connecticut State. Seahawks are just a better team. Central Connecticut
taking
State's
the name to a whole nother level now. Instead of
that was a good
Wagner,
one.
Franz and Moe, we're gonna give him the.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Central Connecticut State's been good on the road, but yeah, I think Wagner's a better team. So give me the Seahawks there, and one more. Give me Delaware at home against Charleston. I think Delaware gets the win at home. You're going to pick them, so I'll take the Blue Hens.
That line's gone straight down.
Yeah.
Straight down. I don't love this. I don't love the slot here, to be honest with you. I think, I like Purdue against Rutgers. Rutgers not a very good road team. The other team, the other game I really like, though, is Northern Alabama against Eastern Kentucky. I just think it sets up for it, EKU just hasn't had, they're not convincing to me. And I think Northern Alabama, a little bit underrated coming into this thing. I know Chris has got him on in his Final Four, but not a lot of people do.
They're my future for national title.
I just think that Eastern Kentucky, when you look at their wins, they're 10-point favorites, 6-point favorites, 7-point favorites, 7.5-point favorites. It's like all the ones that they're giant favorites are the games that they win. And the games that they're not, they don't. When they've been favored by like 5 or less, they don't even cover. Nothing. They're fraud. That's really it for me in that slot. Not a lot of meat on the bone in the earliest of early games. We move on. Utah Valley versus Texas Rio Grande Valley. Tarleton State versus Grand Canyon. The Jay Briggs showdown. It's like
I know, man. Damn.
The rubber meets the road, but in college hoops, you could always Ruffolo. You don't even have to announce it. You just gloss over it. We got the Abilene Christian versus Cal Baptist. South Dakota versus Kansas City. The Roos got the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State up against Denver. Colorado versus Idaho. Northern Arizona versus Eastern Washington. Oh, my God. Arlington versus Southern Utah. Minnesota versus Ohio State. Southeast Missouri State versus Arkansas Little Rock. Nebraska Omaha versus Oral Roberts. This is a sexy slot, man. North Dakota State versus St. Thomas.
These the Thursday games y'all love so much.
This is how many games can you read off without any team being ranked in the top 50? Southern Miss versus South Alabama. Georgia Southern versus Texas State. ULM versus ULL. Tennessee State versus Eastern Illinois. Western Illinois versus Moorhead is better than Less Head. Tennessee Tech versus SIU Edwardsville. Lindenwood versus Tennessee Martin. Chris, let's start with you.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, give me Tarleton plus the points against Grand Canyon.
Okay.
Grand Canyon's been the best in the conference, but Tarleton out for revenge. When Grand Canyon's been playing on the road, they haven't been necessarily blowing. And they're playing really well right now.
They're mad.
Yeah, I'm not going with them. They're mad.
They're mad.
Yeah, they're playing really well right now. So give me Tarleton and the points. Give me Eastern Washington against Northern Arizona, another team that's just one of the best teams in their conference that plays really well on the road. Eastern Washington against the number on the road has been a money angle going back a couple of years now.
But doesn't Northern Arizona's 342nd ranked team shooting percentage against scare you a little bit?
It reeled me back a little bit. I had to take a second glance, but I think I'm going to stick with Eastern Washington there.
What about those second chance points? They're 338th in defensive rebounding, man. These guys you stink. It's like, you stink, man. And someone said, I said it. It's like, you stink.
You said it. Thank you. I'm so glad somebody did. And what does everybody want? Yeah, give me Moorhead State.
I'll tell you what I want. I want to see Northern Arizona try and hit a free throw, man. They shoot 67%, man. It's like, why even show up? It's like, you would think that a Division I college basketball player, like any college basketball player, like any of them, should be able to shoot 70 to 75% from the line. Like any of them. If you're a Division I college basketball player, like, you would think that the one thing that remains constant, like from high school and everything all the way through, is that shot from the free throw line, right? It's like, how the hell do you shoot 67.6% from the line?
That would make too much sense.
Mathematically, it's not that bad. 2 of 3.
It's 319th in the nation, that is what it is. It ain't close.
They hit 2 of 3 every time.
This is why that Grayson Allen, man, it's like a Duke. It's like, yeah, he kicks players or whatever, man. But it's like, you got a free throw shot with like 18 seconds left to go in the game. It's like, that's why we don't want him thrown out of school. It's like, I mean, seriously.
Chris, tell us why you need more head.
Yeah, give me more head. Give me more head. I mean, I always need. I mean, it's a go-to. I mean,
yeah, I hear you, my
man.
I hear you, my man. Hey, I'm taking South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Huge revenge game for these boys, man. Denver smacked them up earlier this season. What was the score in that game? 99-80. Denver smacked South Dakota State. Beat them by 19 in Denver. South Dakota State probably had this game circled for quite some time. Mitch, I'm using the rod angle in this one. They're going to be mad.
Mad.
They're going to be mad. Yeah, man.
They really want this one.
They really want it. Roof. I got to agree with you, my man. I'm taking Tarleton plus the points against Grand Canyon. I got to switch up on my Antelopes, man. Damn. It hurts to switch up on my Antelopes. I've been on Grand Canyon all year. Everybody know that. But Tarleton, they my boys too. And they are playing really well too. And I think they have a legitimate shot to win this game outright at home. I want the points in my back pocket in that one. And then last one for me in this slot, give me Abilene Christian over Cal Baptist. That one is just, Cal Baptist does have the better record. But I feel like Abilene Christian is favored at home in that one for a reason. It's kind of just a play on the number, just a play. The line looks off. The line looks weird. Looks like somebody knows something. I'm going to rock with them. I'm taking Abilene Christian and lay the 2.5 on Cal Baptist.
One of our listeners sent me some stripper music. We could play for the 6 the thing is that stuff's usually licensed, so you can't play it. You have to use unlicensed. But I know I met some music people that can do it for us. I like St. Thomas against North Dakota State. They won the first meeting. I think they win this one as well. I like Minnesota against Ohio State. I understand the new coach angle and all that stuff, and the line's dropping like crazy in this one, but I don't care. Taking Minnesota. I did call that Chris Holtman firing pretty much from day one. And then someone criticized the firing. It was like, who was it? They fired. They like criticized him firing him mid-season or whatever. It's like, he stinks. You think it's fun being right? You think it's easy being right all the time? It's like stuff like that.
This is a burden I shoulder.
And the thing is, it's always like one of these giant fan base schools. It's like that's always the problem. Remember Brett Bielema? Oh my God, at Arkansas. Jay, they have Tony T used to have a nighttime podcast that he used to do, and I was a guest every Wednesday night. I would do the whole show with him, like 2 hours. We went through the entire Brett Bielema contract at Arkansas. It was public information. Like any of the contracts at the state schools of the head coaches of any thing, they're all public information. We went through Brett Bielema's contract. It was like ridiculous. It was like, not only was it like $8 million a year, but on top of that, like some of the incentives, if he wins the national championship, like, I ain't winning no national championship. What are you talking about? If he had, it was all these like just ridiculous incentives. It was like, it's like, yeah, I'm going to win the Olympic high jump contest. It's like, it ain't going to happen. Good agent. Oh, I like Moorhead also against Western Illinois. Well, we got Montana, the Grizz versus Sac State, UTEP versus La Tech, Northwestern versus Michigan, Arkansas State versus Troy, Portland versus Gonzaga, Montana State versus Portland State, New Mexico State versus Sam Houston State, Arizona State versus Washington, Cal versus Oregon State, Cal State Northridge versus Cal State Mike Davis. Got Long Beach State, what up, Beaches? Versus Cal State Bakersfield.
What up, Beaches?
Got Seattle versus Stephen F. Cal State Fullerton. Now, isn't Cal State Fullerton, weren't they what was their thing that they used to be? Like, they're not the scumbags. What was it, Chris? That their thing was? What's their
Fullerton's always been the Titans.
Yeah, but they have like another name to them.
They do?
Yeah.
Not that I know of. I've always known them as the Titans.
No, they have a name to them. I'll find out what it was. Someone out there must know. It's not UCLA, that's for sure. I don't know. It's like lazy sacks of shit or something. Something like that. Anyways, we'll get back to it. UC Riverside versus UC San Diego. UC Irvine versus UC Santa Barbara. Santa Clara versus Loyola Marymount. Stanford versus Oregon. And Arizona, Washington State. Chris, what do you think of these?
Yeah, working my way at the end and starting going backwards. I'm going to go with Oregon against Stanford. Stanford, lives and dies by the three, and Oregon, the 3-point defense hasn't been great, but Stanford, they had a chance to really make some moves in the Pac-12, and they blew it against Washington, then got stomped out by Washington State. I think Oregon takes care of business on the road. I'm also going to go with UC Santa Barbara against UC Irvine. I think that's just too many points. I know UC Santa Barbara's been disappointing for much of the season, but this is still a decent Santa Barbara team, and they usually play UC Irvine fairly tough. So give me UC Santa Barbara in the points. And give me Seattle against Stephen F. Austin. On a double digit against the spread losing streak. Seattle 12-3 at home, 7-7 against the number. I think they do enough to get the winning cover. So give me the Red Hawks of Seattle.
Jake?
I'm going to close today's college hoops out with 3 blowouts. I think all 3 of these teams air out their teams to close out the night. Give me Northwestern against Michigan. Michigan's ass. Michigan's is ass. Give me Northwestern in that one. The other one I'm going to go with, give me Long Beach State. What up, Beaches? They're going to kick the crap out of Bakersfield. Bakersfield, they're free falling right now too. They can't even compete, let alone sniff a win. They're going to get aired out here by Long Beach State, who has started to cut it on again recently. Looking for their 5th straight win. They get it, and they get it in dominant fashion. And last but not least, man, we got 2 teams, similar records. Both of these 2 teams are ranked. One of them is not only a double-digit favorite, but 13.5-point favorite in this one. I know Washington State's been playing extremely well right now, playing their best basketball of the season. Arizona at home is just a different monster, different animal. I will lay the points in that one. Stomp down to close out the night.
So Long Beach State college baseball are also known as the Dirtbags. That's the one I was thinking of. I knew it was something like that. Long Beach State Dirtbags is what they call their baseball team. We got to get some dirtbag gear.
I get a Dirtbags jersey.
We still got to get the sand color Los Serpientes.
Yep, and we need our blue hose shirts. I should get one of those for March Madness to wear for the tournament. The hose.
Can't wait. The Jays are going to get their City Connect jerseys this season.
I know. What do you? I wonder what they're going to be. They better be clean.
Here it is, blue hose. A couple different ones. Athletic team.
It better not be like that freaking in-season tournament reveal for the Cavs.
Oh, right. Is the red jersey still in rotation for y'all right now?
Only on Canada Day. I want to see like the black jersey, like the old Blue Jays
with
jersey.
the old logo. With the old logo, yeah.
Old logo.
Old logo. Damn, I knew as soon as you said that.
Love that bit.
Old logo.
That's bit. I love that. It's the best hockey bits and smudges. I'm going with
Padres and the Dodgers today. Who y'all got? Musgrove and no.
We agreed yesterday we weren't getting into this.
I know. Can I interest you in a Nerfie?
Jeez. You got a better shot at interesting me in a Nerfie in Korean baseball than you do.
Hey, man.
Well, it's almost that time for Knicks Nerfies again, huh? We got. I'm gonna take Washington State against Arizona. If they beat them the first time, I think they at least hang with them here. I think it wasn't a fluke like that they beat them at all. In fact, I picked them in that game to beat them. I think they at least run with them here, if not beat them again. I really like Washington State. I like what they stand for, and I like who they are as people. I like Cal against Oregon State. We're not going to get that many more chances to fade Oregon State this year. And, of course, same thing, Washington over Arizona State. And Portland State versus Montana State. Leaves you kind of a dirty feeling when you bet on Montana State. All right. NHL, we doing it? We're going to just pretend. Here comes the message. This is my wife's message. Yep. It's like on the road, it's really hard to do the card toss.
So you throw it across the room.
And the thing, no, the camera's right there. It's like 2 feet away.
Oh.
It's like, so you have to really go over the top of it instead of like, I always aim at the camera lens, but then on the road, you got to kind of go over the top. Sometimes, like if I'm doing it, I'll hit the camera like 3 times. I have to edit it out. All right, what do we got in NHL today? How many games?
12.
Oh my God. We got the Hurricane versus old logo. Red Wings versus Avalanche. These got some practice in before I actually had to use it. Red Wings versus Avalanche. We got the Devils versus the Rangers and the Senators against the Star. Chris, always our star of the NHL segment. What do you got to say?
This is sweet. I'm going to go with a pair of home dogs here. I'm going to go with Detroit, +1 against Colorado. Colorado's won 10 straight against Detroit, but the Avs have been much better at home. They've been sub 500 on the road. Detroit plays their best hockey at home. I think this is a good time as any to snap the losing streak. I'm also going to take the Senators against Dallas. Dallas has had some issues going to Ottawa. I think they've lost 6 straight in Ottawa. The Stars have been one of the best road teams in the NHL, but at this price, can't pass up on the Sens. So give me the Senators. So Red Wings money line, Senators money line for me here.
Chris, you ever have any issues going to Ottawa?
I've never been, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, we should have your shot put exhibition there.
I would I'd like the nation's capital building, just like
start carving up, getting it all
Parliament
ready.
Hill.
Jay, any picks in this slot?
Taking the Stars. Hey, man, we done lost 3 in a row. No better get right spot than the trash-ass Senators. Roof said we've been struggling there. Time to end that trend. Hey, we just play Edmonton, Boston, and the Rangers, They all playing fairly well right now. A huge step down in class from what they've been playing. They're going to kick the crap out of the Senators. Give me my Stars in that one. And give me the Hurricanes, man, against the old logo, new logo. Hurricanes, they balling. Hey, Panthers balling too. Got to give the Panthers some credit. They balling too, but it comes to a stop here on the road. The Hurricanes, they in that mode right now, and I ain't looking to fade them. In all honesty, I might even lay the puck line in this one with the Hurricanes. Bounce back revenge game as well. Not a bounce back, but a revenge game at home as well for them, as the Panthers did beat them way earlier this season. Give me Carolina at the crib in that one.
I'm going the opposite. I'm going old logo, new logo. I'm going to go reverse puck line in this one. Lay the goal and a half. We got the Penguins. Yeah, we know what that triangle means. Lightning against the Canadiens. We got the Lightning against the Capitals. The Blues against the Romanellis. And the Flames against the Bruins. Chris?
Give me the Capitals against the Lightning. Tampa Bay, it looks like their best years are behind them. They looked sluggish in their last couple home games. Washington, they've had some issues themselves, but it's purely a fade of Tampa Bay right now. I think that we can get some value with Washington. So give me the Capitals there, and give me the Bruins against the Flames. I know it's a back-to-back for Boston, but they have one of the best 1-2 punches in goal in the NHL, and think some people may say that there could be a letdown after having to have such a big comeback against Edmonton in a back and forth game, but I think it gives them momentum, and the trip from Edmonton to Calgary not that far, so even though it's back to back with travel, it's really not that bad. So give me Boston at home on the road in this one.
I don't really love this slot. Only thing that I would probably look at here is maybe a shot on the Blues at plus money home dog. They're fairly comfortable at home. We've seen the Islanders, a.k.a. the Romanellis, have their struggles here recently. They did win their last one. I don't know. I'm leaning towards St. Louis at plus money, though, at home.
Back. Did I miss anything?
You got anything needs for Mitch?
I could.
You're up if you got anything here.
Oh, all right. I'll take the Montreal on the puck line against the Penguins.
Montreal is ass.
Yeah, of course they are. But the Penguins are mother puckers, man. You don't want to lay that puck line with those guys.
I know.
Not at home. 13-14 on the puck line at home. And, Montreal 17-9.
You know who's not ass? We'll talk about him here in a second. My new team.
New team?
Yep, I got a new team.
The new bandwagon. The hype train. Rod's the bandwagon. Jay's the hype train. Jay loves the hype train. Love the hype train.
I do. And I'm jumping on this one before it's too late.
I'm just checking the profitable teams here is all I'm looking for. That's why I'm delaying here in the NHL.
Comments, what team am I talking about? Let me know. What team is Jay jumping on now in hockey?
Winnipeg Jets. They're the most profitable team on the puck line.
I'm setting myself up for failure, but
Toronto Maple Leafs.
The Toronto motherfucking Maple Leafs.
Oh!
I was watching them last night. Hey, them boys hot, man. Them boys is hot.
We'll have to get a new plastic sleeve.
The Maple Leafs is hot, man. Roof, are you getting a little excited?
Jay, you ever seen the hockey picture I got? It's not really relevant, but it's
Are you getting a little excited, or are you just anticipating?
No, I'm not excited because I don't want to get that 4-letter word going, because any Leafs fan will tell you you're setting yourself up at that point.
It'll ruin your life and crush your dreams.
It's been crushing my dreams since '67, and I wasn't even a thought.
You know who y'all remind me of? A team in another sport that, kind of started heating up and going on a run.
Buffalo Bills?
Nope. This team actually got it done. Actually went and got it done.
Actually wins. Never mind. It can't be the Cowboys then.
The Texas Rangers. I'm starting to see the path for Toronto to maybe finally get over that hump. We'll see. I'm going to take a money line today. They've been doing me well for my pocketbook. The Maple Leafs. They did me bad last night. Of course, I tried to take my Coyotes. I was sitting there last night like, I knew I should have took the Leafs, man. Roof told me to take the Leafs. Even Roof took the Maple last, so it's kind of, it's bad when Roof is taking the Maple.
When I have to take the Leafs, it says something.
Yeah, it says something. But they're playing well right now, man. And getting them at plus money here, I'm going to take them.
All right. Smoking Kraken versus the Canucks. We got Vegas versus Jay Briggs' hype train, Maple Leafs. And LA Kings versus the worst name in sports, the Predators. Chris, you on the hype train?
No, I'm on the over in
All
that
aboard the Jay Briggs hype train.
I'm on the over there.
What would the soundtrack be for that? All aboard the Jay Briggs hype train. You know what it'd have to be? Apache rap. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
all aboard.
That was awesome. Give me the over in Vegas, Toronto. The thing for Toronto is that Ilya Samsonov got the starting goal yesterday. So I think it's going to be Martin Jones today, and Jones very familiar with the Golden Knights from his time in San Jose and Seattle last year. Last year he faced the Golden Knights once with the Kraken and gave up 5 goals. I think Vegas can pot a few here, but I think the Leafs, they've been scoring goals in bunches in this win streak. I think it's going to be high scoring, so I like the over 6 in this one. And give me the Canucks against the Kraken. Canucks 7-3 all time between these two teams. I think they make it 8-3. Canucks are just still, even though with a losing streak, they're still the best team in hockey. So give me the Canucks here.
I'm taking Vegas, man. It's against the hype train. I can't get there.
Mitch, Chris, you cannot always hate the hype train, man.
I always hate the hype train. Chris, what? All right, here. We'll ask Chris. He has experience in this subject, so we'll ask him. He is our expert in the subject. What's crushed more dreams and ruined more lives, Hope or the Toronto Maple Leafs?
It's one and the same. Around here, it's the same thing.
All right. It's that time. Parlays. Chris?
All right. Let's go with hockey. We'll go 2-teamer. Red Wings and Senators. And from the NBA, we'll go Magic, Sixers, Mavericks.
It's you, Jay.
Jazz, Celtics, Sixers.
No hype train?
Maple Leafs.
Oh, there it is.
Or team.
I'll go with the Mavericks. I'll take the Rockets and the Dallas Stars for an all Texas parlay. Jay's like, I kind of like that one. Thanks everyone for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. It feels good to be back. I'm gonna try and act more professional tomorrow. I promise. Promise. And that's that. All in an hour and 40 minutes.